General Hospital spoilers indicate that Kristina Corinthos Davis, Kate Mancy, has been feuding with her sister, Molly Lansing Davis, Kristen Vaginos, for some time now. Kristina and Molly's relationship has been damaged by Kristina's selfishness, but mostly due to the fact that Kristina was going to keep the baby that she promised Molly and her husband, T.J. Ashford, Tajbello. The death of the baby that they were expecting did not help matters either, even though it was a terrible accident. As a result, Molly and T.J. have separated in their grief over losing their child. Kristina needs a good redemption story, and there is a way to bring Kristina back into Molly's good graces. By reuniting T.J. and Molly by bringing them their child. The child that they thought they lost. General Hospital spoilers. Andrea Gates could be the key. Before Kristina offered to carry Molly and TJ's baby, Molly and TJ had another surrogate named Andrea Gates, Lily Ann Harrison. They picked Andrea out of 3 different candidates for a surrogate. Soon enough, Andrea confirmed to Molly and TJ that she was pregnant. A few months later, Andrea told TJ that she had a miscarriage and was treated at Mercy Hospital. TJ was devastated and later informed Molly. Something about Andrea's story seemed suspicious as it happened so quickly. Did Andrea lie about having a miscarriage and was in fact still carrying the baby? GH spoilers. Kristina Corinthos Davis finds out that Andrea Gates lied. Kristina could become privy to the fact that Andrea lied about her miscarriage after running into her somewhere outside of Port Charles. She would have with her a child, around 2 years old, the same age that the child would be that she had supposedly miscarried. Also, the baby would definitely resemble TJ and have his features. Could this be the baby that Andrea supposedly miscarried? Kristina could get to the truth and threaten to tell Molly and TJ, which would destroy Andrea. She admits that she lied because she could not bear to give her child away. General Hospital. Molly Lansing Davis and T.J. Ashford are brought back together. After learning the truth about Andrea's deception, Kristina will work towards convincing Andrea to give the baby back to Molly, and T.J. Andrea will not be receptive to this. She will not want to give up her biological child. Kristina could tell Molly that Andrea lied and that she never miscarried, bring Molly and T.J. back together. This news would bring them back together as they fight to get their child back. Putting on a united front, a custody battle would ensue. GH spoilers. Molly Lansing Davis will thank Kristina Corinthos Davis for bringing back her child. Kristina will get the credit for bringing Molly her child back, and peace will be made between the sister again as Kristina fights to help Molly and TJ get their child back from Andrea. Molly will be so happy that her sister is coming through for her, and it will bring them back to being close. Kristina can be redeemed, and bringing Molly back her child is the best way to do it. General Hospital spoilers. What do you think? What do you think? Do you think Kristina can be redeemed? Will Kristina make the shocking discovery that Andrea lied? Will these bring Molly and TJ back together? And not only that, but fix Kristina and Molly's strained relationship. Find out weekdays on General Hospital on ABC. Kristina Corinthos Davis leaned against the counter at Charlie's pub, her mind clouded with regret and frustration. The silence between her and her sister Molly Lansing Davis had grown louder over the past months, ever since the tragic events that tore their family apart. Their bond, once unshakable, now seemed irreparably fractured. The memory of promising to carry Molly and TJ's child only to lose the baby haunted Kristina. But it wasn't just the accident that had caused the rift. It was her impulsiveness and the decisions she had made without fully considering the consequences. Kristina's thoughts were interrupted by a familiar voice. "You okay?" It was Sam, her other sister, who had always been a steadying presence. Kristina shrugged. "I'm fine, just thinking about everything." Sam pulled up a chair beside her. "Thinking is good, but action is better. You've got to find a way to make things right with Molly." "Easier said than done," Kristina muttered. "It's not like I can undo the past." "No, but you can try to fix the future," Sam replied. "Maybe it's time to stop beating yourself up and start figuring out how to help Molly and TJ. They're both hurting, Kristina, and so are you." Kristina sighed. Sam was right. She had to do something to mend the broken pieces of her family. But how? A chance encounter. A few days later, Kristina found herself in a neighboring town, running errands and trying to clear her head. She stopped at a small cafe for coffee, hoping the change of scenery would help. As she waited for her order, she noticed a woman sitting at a nearby table with a young child. Something about the woman seemed familiar. Kristina's heart skipped a beat as recognition dawned. It was Andrea Gates, the surrogate who had initially agreed to carry Molly and TJ's baby before Kristina had stepped in. Andrea was engrossed in conversation with another woman, but it was the child that caught Kristina's attention. The little boy's dark eyes and curly hair bore an uncanny resemblance to TJ. Kristina's mind raced. Could this child be the baby Andrea had claimed to miscarry? The timing and the resemblance were too striking to ignore. She decided to approach Andrea, her heart pounding. "Andrea?" Kristina said cautiously. Andrea looked up, her expression shifting from surprise to unease. "Kristina, wow, it's been a while." Kristina forced a smile. "Yeah, it has. How have you been?" Andrea's eyes darted nervously. "Good. Busy. You know how it is." Kristina's gaze drifted to the child, who was happily playing with a toy car. "And who's this?" she asked, keeping her tone light. Andrea hesitated. "This is my son, Caleb." Kristina's stomach churned. The boy looked to be about 2 years old, the same age Molly and TJ's baby would have been. She decided to tread carefully. "He's adorable," Kristina said. "How old is he?" 2, Andrea replied, her tone clipped. Kristina's suspicions deepened. She needed answers, but confronting Andrea directly here wouldn't yield anything. Instead, she decided to bide her time and dig deeper. Uncovering the truth. Back in Port Charles, Kristina confided in Sam about her encounter with Andrea. Together, they began to piece together the timeline and circumstances surrounding Andrea's supposed miscarriage. "It doesn't add up," Sam said, reviewing the information they had gathered. "If Andrea really miscarried, why hasn't she moved on? And why does Caleb look so much like TJ?" Kristina nodded. "I need to talk to her again. I have to know the truth." A few days later, Kristina managed to track Andrea down. This time, she was direct. "Andrea, I need to know the truth about Caleb," Kristina said, her voice firm but not unkind. "Is he Molly and TJ's son?" Andrea's face paled. "I don't know what you're talking about." "Yes, you do," Kristina pressed. "I'm not here to judge you. I just want to know the truth. If Caleb is their son, they deserve to know." Tears filled Andrea's eyes as she sank into a chair. "I couldn't do it," she confessed. "I couldn't give him up. When I found out I was pregnant, I thought I could handle it, but as the months went on, I got attached. I lied about the miscarriage because I couldn't bear to part with him." Kristina's heart ached for Andrea, but also for Molly and TJ. They had spent years mourning a loss that wasn't real. "Andrea, you have to tell them," she said gently. "They've been grieving for so long. They deserve to know their son is alive." Andrea shook her head. "I can't. He's my whole world now." "He's their son," Kristina insisted. "They're good people, Andrea. They'll understand, but you have to give them the chance." Reuniting the family. It took time, but Kristina eventually convinced Andrea to meet with Molly and TJ. The reunion was emotional and fraught with tension. Molly and TJ were overjoyed to learn their son was alive, but heartbroken over the years they had missed. A custody battle seemed inevitable, but Kristina stepped in as a mediator, urging all parties to consider what was best for Caleb. After weeks of discussions and legal proceedings, an agreement was reached. Caleb would live with Molly and TJ, but Andrea would remain a part of his life. Redemption and reconciliation. The ordeal brought Kristina and Molly closer than ever. Molly saw the lengths Kristina had gone to in order to right a wrong, and her anger toward her sister began to fade. "Thank you," Molly said one evening as they sat together at Charlie's, "for everything. I don't know how we'll ever repay you." Kristina smiled through her tears. "You don't have to. Seeing you, TJ, and Caleb together is enough." The journey had been painful, but it had also been healing. For the first time in years, Kristina felt at peace. She had made mistakes, but she had also found a way to make things right, and in doing so, she had found her way back to her family.